Welcome to your daily focus, June the 14th, 2022. Yes, a full moon in Sagittarius. We'll talk about that. But first, my name's Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly. First of all, for all the compliments yesterday. You guys are amazing. My head was growing and growing and growing, so people had to put up with me as I was reading those comments. So thank you so much because every one of you made me smile and just feel wonderful and alive, and I hope I do that for you as well. We have the 14, and thank you for all of the beautiful energy you send me each and every day, the light, the love, the support. I send it all back to you. Okay, 14 energy. 14 energy. I want you to imagine the Temperance Tarot card, and I'm not going to try and find it. Oh, actually, it's at the bottom. I kid you not. Oh, I did not set that up. And actually, this card doesn't really show it in the way I was going to describe it because I was going to do, the actual. So that is the Temperance card, and I hadn't cut the deck or anything. So this isn't what I would consider the underlying energy, but it was funny when I looked down and there was the Temperance card. It's about, the Temperance card is really, you have one foot on land and one foot in the water, and you have these two goblets, and you are processing, making almost like the perfect combination for you. So it's about bringing in balance. The 14 energy is very often having more by having less, understanding what you truly need and what you truly don't need. And since we have a full moon energy, look at what you don't need in your life. What extras you have that weigh you down, that burden you, that don't make you feel alive and free and liberated. Because all those things are available to you. They're on the table. I swear to you. And so it's understanding our own personal balance and what makes us personally happy. Now, the 14 energy is also, I think it was Vulcan, and Vulcan was a blacksmith. And so if you could see yourself forging yourself like a blacksmith would forge a piece of iron into something beautiful and marvelous. Okay, you're forging yourself. So that means that we will probably get testing situations, lessons to walk through, because we need many experiences to temper ourselves into something greater. Okay, so it's necessary to have those testing situations in our life, and the 14 energy does bring it in. 1 plus 4 is a 5. Fives is a very busy energy, so don't be surprised if today is a very busy energy kind of day for you. Lots of things can happen, lots of things going on, extra things show up that you weren't expecting that you have to deal with. Is all the 5 energy, but it's also about love and happiness and joy and creation and your voice. I was outside now. I don't own a lot of land. I own like an acre, right? But I was at the far end of the acre and the house is at the other end of the acre, and I knew Paul was upstairs in his room with the window open. So I yelled up to Paul to bring me something or to take care of the dogs or whatever. I yelled up to him, and I thought, wow, I can do that because my neighbors are very sparse, but I do have neighbors, but I could easily yell. And I thought, how many in the city, how many houses would be fit in here, and would anybody in the city yell 5 houses down to the person to tell them something? I thought how our voices are muffled, how we need to maybe just get somewhere where you can just open up those lungs and yell, and maybe you're yelling joy and happiness, maybe you're cursing something, but whatever it is, I realized that I still had a gift because my voice, I could raise my voice that loud and not bother anybody. And so I think it's important because, yes, I mean, if you were to think back, of course we yelled across the fields to each other. And so it's about our voice as well with the 5 energy and speaking our truth. It's about bringing in romance in your life as well. Now, if we do the numerology of the day, it is a 17 energy, so it even gets better, right? Because that's making the impossible possible. So did you, found a sticker and it said, it's got the M off of it. So, impossible. Making it possible. So what is your dream? What is your desire? What is your goals? What are your goals? Yeah. This whole speaking thing is bothering me today. And 1 plus 7 is an 8. And the 8 is very grounded energy, actually. So get out in nature and feel the ground beneath your feet. Feel the wind rushing through your hair. Feel the sun on your face. Listen to the birds singing. And take it in. The 8 energy is about the truth. It's about your strength, your courage, and standing in your integrity. Once again, it's your word is your bond. Okay, we have the sun in Gemini. We have the moon in Sagittarius. Now, right after, maybe as you're getting ready for bed, okay, the moon will go into Capricorn. But by then we will have already had our full moon actually happen. And that will be at 23 degrees of Sagittarius. So 2 plus 3 is a 5 once again. So we have that 5 energy again. But we get to it from a different angle, right? Now, the 23 energy is more about knowing that you are protected, that there are angels and loved ones around you at all times, that there is a beautiful higher energy actually maneuvering or moving you towards a safe port, a beautiful path. And so it's about going with the flow and thinking things through, not rushing through things, but thinking them through, taking each step very cautiously. So it's the right step the first time around each and every time. And know that because it is a full moon energy, it's over the next several weeks that we will have this as an underlying current, like a shadow energy, guiding our each and every day. So I recommend that you always go back to the full moons and the new moons, and more importantly, the eclipses, to remember about that underlying energy that kind of gets lost. It's strongest at the beginning, strongest near the end, but it still is present each and every day. Now the full moon is... Oh, yeah. Okay, so the full moon is getting along with Saturn, not getting along with Neptune, and it actually makes, in astrology, a triangle, which is a learning triangle for us. So know that we may have some kind of crisis that really opens up some great opportunities for us for development of who we are, what we perceive ourselves as, understanding ourselves. And absolutely, it gives us the potential to turn our dreams into reality because we get this understanding, we get this awareness. Now, the key to success under something like this is overcoming confusion or addiction. We can be addicted to 1,001 different things, okay? You could be addicted to the TV show that you're watching. You could be addicted to a certain author. You could be addicted to drugs or alcohol. You could be addicted to gambling. You could be addicted to food. You could be addicted to a person or an experience or an environment. Once upon a time, I was listening to all these murder cases, serial killings, and what the detectives went through, and I was listening to this, and I found that I had a darker energy starting to follow me around just because I was always in that horrifying place. But it was kind of like, oh, I wonder what case they're doing today, because it was all the big highlighted ones, right? So I actually had to cancel the whole subscription to so I wouldn't even be able to access that channel anymore, because it wasn't doing me any good. But it started to be like when I got in the car, I was turning it on, and that was the go-to, and I wasn't even realizing it at the time. And then I became aware. So it's about becoming aware of those little addictions that we have that we think are quite harmless. I mean, as far as I was concerned, it was just some kind of entertainment, and understanding their perception and how they came to conclusions. And I found it, many of them very fascinating. But this energy will bring in like an emotional security or a stability. And so if you look at the energy, it's about conflict, but then striving for a solution, and then bringing in the harmony. So we get the conflict, so we don't turn away from that conflict, but try to understand it, try to flow through it, rather than allowing it to stop you in your tracks. And you will grow into a harmony with what you have experienced through that lesson, that knowledge, that understanding, that clarity, that aha moment, that epiphany that really can turn your dreams into a reality. So it might be this full moon might be a little bit more of a challenge for us. So remember, release, let go, complete. Those are all things we want to do in a full moon energy. Allow ourselves to heal, and that's really been coming up over the last week for us, the healing part of it. So allow yourself to heal, get to know yourself, love yourself a little bit more. Absolutely. Forgive yourself, because you always will make the right choice for yourself in the present moment. And hindsight is always 20/20, so we might look back and see how we could have done things differently. That's really just your knowledge. Know that idea, like, why didn't I do this? It was on the table. It didn't look safe enough at the time. And you are there to keep yourself safe. So you're never going to do anything to hurt yourself. So please forgive yourself. You made the right choice for yourself at the time with the knowledge that you had. But your knowledge has grown. That's why you see different avenues. And that's why we condemn ourselves. Because now we have the knowledge, and it's like, hey, why didn't you ever think of this? And why didn't you step away when that happened? So we're right back to the 14 energy as well, right? So having a patience with ourselves. And I think we will have a willingness right now to let go of that short-term gratification for long-term successes. So look at what you need to let go of short-term in order to have it long-term, perhaps later on. Okay, let's get to the cards. I've jabbered enough, haven't I? And remember that we just came through that Scorpio energy, right? The moon is in Sag, but it was like black or white. And I think we leave that now, and we open up to the grays again, so to speak. We're allowing somewhere in between. It doesn't have to be extreme here, but we're more centered on getting that kind of balance in the center again, which I think will help us tremendously. Okay. Shadow energy. Shadow energy is, look at that, the Queen of Pentacles. The storm has passed. You sit on your throne. Your throne has the sun engraved in it. So it is about you, the I am. You're wearing this very soft blue. So it's about harmony. It's about romance. It's about... Yeah, it's about breathing again. It's about knowing that you've got this. It's about settling down and feeling yourself, feeling good about your next step and your next step and your next step. You've come through the storm. The angel sits next to you, whispering in your ear, and we hold that pentacle, our abundance, knowing that nobody could take it out of our hands, even if they tried. It's ours. Okay, nobody can swoop in and take away your abundance, your happiness, your joy, your love. There's enough for everybody, tenfold. So you know that what you have gained and what you are gaining is yours. It was never meant for anyone else. Okay, first card, look at this, Ace of Wands. It's about balance, bringing in balance. And we are sitting there and we are thinking about it. And look at that wand right dead center in that rock, finding the perfect balance. So it is open to us right now to understand where we need to adjust our lives. Maybe it's through completions. Maybe it's through letting go. Maybe it's through closing a door in order for a new door to open. Maybe it's about having that conversation within the relationship about boundaries and expectations and support. An understanding of where you feel complete, where you feel whole, where you feel in balance, where you feel a harmony, a peace of mind, a joy, a happiness. And paying attention to those things and trying to put yourself more into the energies that you want, more into the environments that you want, the feelings that you want, and understanding what's causing stress or anxiety or a burden, and understanding how to release those and let those go so that we don't have those on our plate anymore, so we can leave them in the past. And it's okay if you don't know all the answers. Look at the fog underneath there. It's about going with the flow and having a little bit of trust that the fog will clear as you move forward, as you make decisions for yourself, as you change certain parts of your life, your habits, your behaviors. Maybe it's for health and well-being for you. You're going to start doing some things different in your life, your day-to-day mundane routine, in order to increase your health. Maybe it's to increase your wealth. Maybe it's to increase your happiness. Increasing time, energy, whatever it might be for you. It might be increasing material things in your life too. Absolutely. Justice. Justice is our second card. So we hold that sword knowing that we need to cut away what no longer serves us, no longer has value in our life, that works against us perhaps. And this is about making a commitment to ourselves and then putting that focus on that commitment and giving it our focus, our energy, our time, our resources in order to bring that goal into a success that we are now celebrating. So it's making that commitment to yourself. And once again, integrity. Integrity is a large part of that energy because it is an 11 energy. Okay, the teacher, the illuminator. And knowing that we need to sometimes have that self-sacrifice for some things that we do like in our lives, but we know that it's keeping us away from our true happiness. And saying, okay, I'm going to omit it for a short time so that I can move forward in this direction. And knowing through perseverance that you will succeed. We have the Five of Wands right in the middle too. So cooperation with other people is essential. Team building would be essential. Working within a group towards a project, or it could be a family setting where you're working into a new aligned harmony with each other within the family. It's allowing everybody's best to come to the table and they don't hide it. They don't fear that they're going to be laughed at or mocked or made fun of or alienated because of their truth, because of their talents, because of who they are. And this is about you allowing yourself to be present, to not shy away. I knew two gentlemen, and the one gentleman always sang, and the other gentleman was his brother, and he never sang. And he says he couldn't sing, and then one day he was caught singing, and he had an extremely beautiful voice. And he was asked, like, why? And he says, because my brother is the singer. And for me to sing would, shadow him in some way. And even though it was through love, Why would you rob the world of the experience of listening to your beautiful voice? But they were good friends, and he felt that he couldn't bring that to the table when he was in and actually in the world's presence, because he never pursued anything for fear that he might become successful at it. So where do we hide ourselves? And it's a beautiful story of unconditional love, but was it the right choice? Where do you hide yourself? And is that truly the right choice? To not express yourself, to not be present in the moment and who you are and what you bring to the table, and to be proud of who you are, and have a belief that what you bring to the table is essential, just like everybody else's gifts and talents they bring to the table, and that's successful as well, and working in a team and listening to each other, but also bringing yourself in, not hiding in the shadows, not worried that, oh, maybe they won't like me, or maybe they'll alienate me, maybe they'll poke fun at me, maybe they'll laugh at me. It's amazing how many times you do something and it's such a big thing to you, and then nobody even noticed that you did it. You're like, really? It really didn't matter that much? The Four of Cups, start with gratitude. Okay, now I am doing a thing on my Patreon and on Facebook for gratitude. So either or, you can get the gratitude that I'm putting out. Really, it's just a small little write-up with a picture and a couple of questions that you can ask yourself to start journaling about gratitude. Simply put, this card, it's like we've got these four cups in front of us, and we're not even looking at them. They're shiny and they're beautiful and they're overflowing, and yet we're not even looking at them. We're not grateful for them. We want something else, and look at it's in the background. You see that in the background? Oh, where is it? Right there. I'm backwards here. Right there. It's waiting. They're waiting to give it to you, but they're like, we're not going to give you something else if you can't even be grateful for what you have in your life at the present moment. So, and sometimes we look around and we go, I really don't have much to be grateful for. Of course you do. Your beauty, your talent, your strength, the people that surround you. You got dirty dishes, then be thankful that you had a family to dirty those dishes of love surrounding you. You have to put gas in your tank? Well, be happy that you have the money to put the gas in the tank, although that might not be a thing with the way the gas prices are going up. But you own the car, and obviously you don't want to go to work, but you're very thankful that you get the paycheck, and so be thankful for that paycheck, that it pays the bills. And it might not be what you want to do, but hey, we can start today and move tomorrow, right? Every day I have that somewhere, right? Don't I? Every day is a fresh start. So wake up every morning with knowing that something wonderful is going to happen to you. Just wake up every morning and say, I know that something wonderful is going to be happening to me today. I can't wait to see what it is. And watch how things just start happening to you. They could be little, they could be small, they could be ginormous. But it all starts with being grateful. So start a gratitude journal. Absolutely. There are so many pluses, and the scientists have proved it over and over and over again, because there are literally hundreds of different science experiments that have been done with gratitude and how gratitude can change a person's life. And it's well documented that if you want to change your life in any way towards a positive, beautiful, abundant life, gratitude is the place to start. We have the Ace of Pentacles, so we start with the Ace of Wands and we end with the Ace of Pentacles. I can't remember, gosh, I think we're going back maybe 3 or 4 years to a reading that started with an ace and ended with an ace. So a very powerful energy is here. Now, what is this final card, the Ace of Pentacles, it talks about a brand new path of abundance for you. Even if you have stepped into a path of abundance and you're actually kind of celebrating some of the things that are happening to you, oh no, there's more, okay? And if you haven't been feeling that, know that it's lying in wait for you. And usually under this energy, you get something. You say, okay, I'm going to go forward in this way, but I'm really scared and I'm taking a risk on myself and I have researched it, but still there's that I don't know kind of energy because it's unknown to me. And you get something or you hear something that tells you that you are on the right track. So it could come in as a gift. It could come in as money. It could be in as extra time, extra energy comes out of nowhere. Maybe some part of your life changes in some way where you get that momentarily so that you can focus on things. So what you need in order to go forward, especially if you got a but. I want to move forward in this way, but it'll take away your but. Okay, we're going to go to a mantra. Opportunity knocks, go for it. So we will see those opportunities. Now, opportunities knock, so go for it. We do want to remember we're under a 23 energy for this full moon. So you want to research, you want to investigate, you want to make sure that you are saying yes to the things that you think you are saying yes to and no to the things you think you're saying no to. So you want to make sure that you've got all your ducks in a row. You want to investigate, absolutely. But when all is said and done, you still need to take that first step. You still need to take that risk on yourself. And remember, this is a full moon that has the potential to turn your dreams into a reality. So opportunity knocks. So new opportunities are coming your way. Brilliant ideas, educational possibilities, new friends, expanding your potential, opening yourself up to greater possibilities. So become a good team player. Well, that was right in the middle, wasn't it? Become a good team player and will gain you the respect of your work colleagues and peers. You have good reason to feel proud of your achievements and attitudes towards yourself and others. So embrace new endeavors with a raw creative energy. Go for it. It's time to dazzle yourself. It's time to stretch your wings and fly. The mantra is, I am open to new possibilities to expand my potential. I am open to new opportunities to expand my potential. I am open to new possibilities to expand my potential. Opportunities too. Okay, we'll get an animal card, and then of course we will end with the Journey of Love card because that deck is just incredibly amazing for these full moon and new moon readings. It just wows me every time. So, but we'll get an animal first. So, and with an ace beginning and an ace ending, yes, opportunity definitely is knocking. It's can we see it? Now, know that we might have these crises come in or a testing situation in order to teach us something or to strengthen us in some way. So go with the flow. Make a commitment to yourself. Keep that focus. Persevere. Have a patience with yourself. Because we definitely have a learning triangle up there in the sky, as well as the 14 energy showing up today. And we have the heron. Patience. So these are all in my backyard, these herons. So, and they'll stand there on one leg for the longest time and just, make a tree kind of thing. And until finally a frog or a turtle or a fish swims by them, and then they have lunch. Create a place in nature's stillness and be renewed. Take time alone to find balance. Step confidently towards your purpose. Patience will bring you rewards. So I couldn't think of a more fitting couple of words to tell you about this energy and what we should be doing. So create a place in nature's stillness and be renewed. So the heron will often just stand there on one leg for an enormous amount of time. Like, just, I've tried like doing little videos and stuff, and it's like you wouldn't know it was a video because it doesn't move. I'm sitting there for 10 minutes going, yeah, so this isn't going to work. And then I shut it off and he catches the frog, or he moves so that you can see him. So take time alone and find balance. And this whole, right from the 14 on, has been about your balance, about understanding what works for you. What's your perfect recipe? Step confidently towards your purpose. So once again, it's about taking that step forward into the unknown, taking a risk on yourself, believing in yourself, knowing that you are being guided by powerful forces into the right path. Patience will bring you rewards. So having a patience with yourself, with the environment, maybe with other people, but definitely a patience is a part of the process and the recipe for success. So know that we will have conflicts in our life. Know that we will strive for a solution. And when we strive for that solution, that's when the harmony will come in. We can make it happen. Now create more joy in our life, strength in our life. Okay, journey of love. Let's see how we're going to end this off. Becoming. And it's a 34 energy. 3 plus 4 is a 7. So it's standing in your truth. It could be very much about relationships. It could be very much about having to compromise. Do not give away yourself when you compromise. Surrendering to something. Creating harmony. But we have becoming. Okay, so I will read the poem, and then we'll go to, and I read it word for word because I could not do this deck and this book justice by ad-libbing. I just wouldn't be able to. Take heed, my friend, for time is ticking fast, illusion grand and hopes this dream will last. Such memories we keep for days to come, a looking glass that only shows what's done. It would be sad to think there's nothing more, a well-worn path reflecting what's in store. God's gift was not that days would be the same, each dawn's first light would sing a fresh refrain. Of light and cloud to bathe the earth's surprise, with change afoot, to stop would be unwise. A palette rich awaits the artist's brush, creating life at one with God's soft touch. Yes, you are manifesting your divine purpose. Yet what is happening now is just one of many inspired brush strokes on the canvas of your life's work. You are the artist who paints with trust, instinctive and spontaneous, with faith in the process unfolding. You are not the painter using numbered squares who has a finished version before even commencing the task. With a map for all steps of the journey, you lack the plan, renders you open. Your lack of plan renders you open and receptive to divine direction. You are capable of being moved by spirit. You are a brave adventurer. So celebrate what you're creating now and realize that it is a step in your major work of divine art. This life of yours, not to be planned, but to be experienced. Stroke after stroke, step after step. You shall witness the picture coming to life. It may not be what you expected, but it will be the most beautiful, extraordinary creation ever. This oracle brings you comfort that you are blossoming, and each petal unfolding is another step closer to your ultimate divine fulfillment. There is a message here too that a relationship or project that you are keen to move forward will bloom in its own unique way. Give it breathing room, and it will be willing to let it come. Give it breathing room and be willing to let it become what it seeks to be. Even without a clear direction or a plan, sometimes even because of that, there is an inner plan that can come to fruition. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.